Hello, students. Okay, this is a quick video teacher demonstration on how to get started for the forest landscape painting assignment that you're doing in Adobe Photoshop. So first off is gathering the necessary elements. Your painting and your reference is going to be an actual photograph of a forest. And you also need to be organized and save the photos in your external drive. Okay? You're going to create a file that's going to be for art and illustration, postcard. Pay attention to the orientation of your photograph and decide that before you create. When you're drawing, you're going to use value, so play with light and dark. Try to go with sort of a grayscale with a little bit of color, or pick a minimum choice of colors. Okay, layers. You're gonna use lots of layers for different areas of the landscape. Brush tool, different sizes, and most importantly, opacity. Because what you're also playing with is shapes. You're painting shapes. Okay? So, in this demonstration, I'm using a drawing tablet. Okay, so here's Photoshop, and I have this reference image in here that I found. All right? But, so I go into Google Chrome. I type up forest landscape. I'm going to go to images, and I'm going to find a photograph that I like. Maybe I'll go with this one. So it might be kind of difficult now to find the images that are not created with AI. So try your best. If you have one from your phone, like maybe you're lucky to go camping somewhere nice, you can use your own photographs. So I'm going to use this one here. Control click or right click with the mouse to save the image. So you get this pop-up window, save image as. And I get the option of sending it directly into my external drive. I make a new option, new folder, call it forest example. And I'll just call this forest reference and save your image. Another way is once you make your folder and you have your folder made, let's see, forest painting. So I'm going to open that up. I can go to my downloads here, and I can find that picture and drag it in here from my downloads. So that's another way of moving files over. You can also, another way, make a second Finder window, bring this one down, find your download. So I have two windows open, one with my external drive and the other one with my downloads. So I can now grab this image, and let's see if I got a different one. Nope. So I'm just going to take the same image and I drag it in here. Of course, I already have it, so I'm going to stop that. Okay? All right. Next, in Photoshop, you're going to create a new file. So if I go back to my home button, so maybe your Photoshop looks like this. New file. I'm going to go up here, art and illustration, postcard. Don't forget to title it forest example. Then I'm going to select this orientation. It matches my photograph. Click create. Next, I'm going to go back in my Finder window, find that photograph that you made, and drag your image in here. So this one is a great size, but maybe your image is small like this. Okay? So you want to always scale from the corners. Okay? And then bring it down. If you accidentally hit enter and you can't scale it, but you want to keep scaling, then you just go up to Edit, Transform, Scale, and you get that window again. So I can keep scaling. Do not distort your image, okay? So I hit enter. All right, I'm gonna lower the opacity on this. Okay, I'm gonna make a new layer, okay? I'm gonna go to brush. I'm gonna select this color. I'm using the general brushes here, so maybe I'll just stick to this hard round. And, well, actually, I kind of like this one. Soft round pressure size. Click back over here. Opacity, I want to paint, so I want to add the layer of digital paint myself, okay? So I'm going to also use the keyboard shortcut to increase my brush size, is the brackets, and then I just start kind of drawing this. If I want to add a little more intensity, then start drawing your shapes. And as you draw, you'll notice that if you go over a shape, it just sort of increases in value. It'll get darker as you draw more on it. Remember, don't be fooled by the photograph. Like what I'm drawing here is that. So it might not look like a lot. So you got to keep going. Maybe start with a larger shape. Get all the shapes first. So let's bring this back, right? Get some of these bigger shapes. And then you can go and do some of the details, okay? So that's how I would get started, by drawing the shapes. And eventually, I can increase the hardness. I could increase the opacity. And if I want to, once I'm ready, I can start adding some finer details, okay? But it works really well if you start with your bigger shapes, all right? And then after you're done, you create some of those details, all right? So this is the beginning of digital painting, okay? Every time you make something, you make a new layer. You can arrange your layers, okay? If you want to have a different color in the background. All right, so yeah, so that's how you get started. Okay, have fun with this. Yeah.